Hello, dear tale patrons. Welcome back to our enchanting Tale Tailors channel.
The Curse of the Himalayas. Rajesh was an avid mountaineer who had always dreamed of climbing the highest peaks of the Himalayas. He had spent months preparing for his expedition, along with his friend and guide, Tenzin. They had reached the base camp of Mount Kanchenjunga, the third highest mountain in the world, and were ready to begin their ascent. The weather was clear and sunny, and Rajesh felt confident and excited. He had heard stories of the dangers and mysteries of the Himalayas, but he dismissed them as superstitions and legends. He believed that nothing could stop him from achieving his goal. Tenzin, however, was more cautious and respectful of the mountain. He had grown up in the region and knew its history and culture. He had also witnessed many tragedies and accidents that had befallen other climbers. He warned Rajesh to follow the rules and rituals of the mountain and not to offend the spirits that dwelled there. Rajesh nodded politely, but secretly thought that Tenzin was being too paranoid and superstitious. He trusted his skills and equipment more than any myths or beliefs. He was eager to start the climb and reach the summit. They set off early in the morning, carrying their backpacks and ropes. They followed the trail that led to the first camp, where they planned to rest and acclimatize. The climb was steep and challenging, but Rajesh enjoyed the challenge and the views. He felt a surge of adrenaline and pride as he climbed higher and higher. Tenzin, on the other hand, was more careful and observant. He noticed the signs and omens that indicated the mood of the mountain. He saw the crows circling above them, the cracks in the ice, the sudden gusts of wind. He felt a sense of dread and unease as he climbed. He sensed that something was wrong, that the mountain was angry and hostile. He tried to warn Rajesh, but Rajesh ignored him. He thought that Tenzin was just trying to scare him or slow him down. He accused Tenzin of being cowardly and superstitious. He told him to stop worrying and focus on the climb. They reached the first camp by noon and set up their tents. Rajesh was feeling tired but happy. He had made good progress and was confident that he could reach the summit in a few days. He took out his camera and snapped some pictures of the majestic scenery. He smiled and posed for a selfie, holding his ice axe in one hand and giving a thumbs up with the other.
Tenzin was feeling restless and anxious. He had a bad feeling about the campsite. He noticed that it was unusually quiet and deserted. There were no other climbers or porters around. He wondered where they had gone and why they had left. He felt a cold chill in the air and a faint smell of decay. He looked around and saw something that made his blood run cold. He saw a pile of bones and skulls, half buried in the snow. They were the remains of the climbers who had died on the mountain, either from accidents, avalanches, or exposure. They had been left there as a warning and a tribute to the mountain. They were the victims of the curse of the Himalayas. Tenzin gasped and ran to Rajesh. He grabbed his arm and pointed to the bones. He told him to pack up and leave immediately. He told him that they had made a terrible mistake, that they had chosen the wrong campsite, that they had violated the sacred ground of the mountain. Rajesh looked at the bones and shrugged. He told Tenzin to calm down and stop being silly. He told him that the bones were just bones, that they had nothing to do with them, that they were not cursed. He told him that they had come too far to turn back, that they had to continue the climb, that they had to reach the summit. He turned away from Tenzin and went back to his tent. He zipped up the flap and lay down on his sleeping bag. He closed his eyes and fell asleep, dreaming of glory and fame. He never woke up again. The next morning, Tenzin found Rajesh's body in his tent. He was frozen and stiff, his eyes wide open and his mouth twisted in a scream. He had no visible wounds or injuries, but he was clearly dead. He had died in his sleep, without any warning or explanation. Tenzin was shocked and terrified. He realized that Rajesh had been killed by the curse of the Himalayas, that he had angered the spirits of the mountain, that he had paid the ultimate price for his arrogance and ignorance. He cried and prayed for Rajesh's soul. He packed up his belongings and left the camp. He ran down the mountain, hoping to escape the wrath of the mountain. He never made it. He was caught in an avalanche that buried him under tons of snow and ice. He suffocated and died, joining Rajesh and the other climbers in the pile of bones. The mountain had claimed 2 more victims. The curse of the Himalayas had struck again.
Hey there. I hope you've been enjoying the content on our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please consider to click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell icon so you never miss an update. Your support means the world to me, and it helps the channel grow. Thanks for being a part of our community.